Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello and welcome back to the Tabor Files. That's what I'm calling it now, the Tabor Files.
That seems really official and I like it.
And it's appropriate because
The office is in session.
the office is in session, the open sign is on, and the door to the multidimensional Mount Tabor is wide open.
It's just the altitude when you climb a volcano, a caldera, just when you're in sync with the tune of the frequency of the nows, you're like, whoa, you
And
can really
that's
ride that wave.
And
that
this
crest.
wave has
wave.
it's like wave after wave after wave. There's not a moment in time that I have gone there and not been knocked over with a feather. You know?
Yeah. Special stuff.
It has been so specific. It's been so thoughtful. Every
thoughtful.
interaction, because they know you, they know me, and what they're doing and how they're interacting and showcasing that knowing is knocking us over with a feather.
Yeah. It's like they feel us coming and we are called.
And
we are called to the places. You just get called up there. I just stopped there. Look, just last night I was there.
Yeah.
I just I'm gonna climb to the top.
I'm literally going there twice today. Like once with you, and then once with a friend who I've never met yet, but I know he's a friend because he's a friend of a friend.
Oh, fantastic!
And he's from Spain.
Ooh.
And he's going to Alaska because he wants to find the Sasquatch. So he's going to kayak through Alaska looking for Sasquatch. And I'm here to tell him, you just need to go to your local park. You did not need to travel.
Hark, hark, who goes there? Just call and we shall follow your echo, right? It's like you want that communication with yourself, and that ranges out to the field that you're in, where where you literally put down your feet, and how you walk around your land influences all of this.
Yeah.
It's all our creation. When you can get into that creative state of your play, and then imaginate, and then you start imaginating with others, and you see what happens. We're here talking to you from the Tabor Files.
The Tabor Files. So let's
move on. Yeah, because
let's get into it, because this was 2 weeks ago or so when I went there with my friend Carlos, and we were inside structure 1. And there was a new hole that had been formed underneath the stick figure. And I was showing him the holes. I was telling him I was thinking that they were made with fingers, and all of that manipulation. I'm shining my light. We were there at nighttime, so it was dark.
That's so cool.
Shining my light in there, and then I see a little sparkle, and it's this. I pull it out. I had to like get a stick, and I prodded it out, and this popped out. And I'm like, this is an egg. This is a stone. This is an egg. Where did this come from? And the memory came back after speaking to you, that when we went to Tabor together for the first time, was it together for the first time? Or when we went at like 5 o'clock in the morning and
we
it was
posited stuff?
You did, right?
Yeah, it was one of the early meetings. Yeah, it was probably like 8:30 or 9 we met and we went up there. Yeah, or maybe even earlier. Could have been that really early one.
That's what I was thinking, because that was when we went on Easter. It was like the day before Easter.
Oh yeah,
Easter.
I deposited some things.
She deposited this back into the earth in either structure 2 or 4.
2 and
2.
Deep into it. It swallowed it. It swallowed it, and I was like, literally, it's gone. It's literally gone. I was like, oh, wow, that really, because I pushed it. I'm not thinking it would just, kind of like swallow it.
But
I'm like,
did.
well, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was just by myself, and I was just like, I'm just going to do this. This is my little,
and
offering.
Then, and
what?
And it came back. It came back. And this recirculation is occurring. And I don't think it's like, oh, we don't like your gifts. I think it's more like, look at this communication we're doing,
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. Yeah. Let's recirculate, right? So
they're paying attention as much as we're paying attention. That's where attention flows to, what you pay attention to, right? So you see the power in it.
Yes. And it's so big.
Yeah.
So this past Sunday, I took my friend Christopher over to Tabor, and I gave him a tour. We started at at the structures. We went around the park, and then we ended up back at the structures. But when we were running around the park, we got to a place where I remembered the tree that we went off path, and there was this gorgeous, beautiful tree, and I left my A glyph there, didn't I? Did I make an A glyph there?
You did. You
Okay.
did something there. You made some type of mark. Yes.
Okay. Now
Sticks. Yes.
And I think I made like a Y and an A.
Yes.
Right. And so, and I remembered that after, going there and contemplating it, it was like, oh yeah, I made that A, that was right there, but the Y had been taken, had been moved. That could have been a squirrel, that could have been whatever.
Yeah.
But the A was still there. And when we got up to this tree is a tree that Renee and I went to first, and I felt compelled to leave a pear at the base of the tree.
Yeah,
and you had the shelf mushroom.
Yeah, that I found at the side of the path, and it was carrying with me. So then I had that, and I had a walnut crystal in my pouch. It's something that I do just for fun, and I put crystals and little tea leaf notes and little sparklies in a walnut. And sometimes I sell them. I just give them away.
And did you seal it?
Oh, it's completely sealed.
Yeah, that's what I
wax,
thought.
Like a wax. So you'd have to crack it open like it was brand new. I took the walnut out, put the stuff in, and then re-put it back together. I got the idea from the squirrels.
The squirrels have the best ideas.
They do.
So that was left, and you sent me the picture of that, so I'm going to include that so people can see what it looks like. It was a walnut, and you could see along the edge that it was sealed, and then you drew a number 3.
Three.
It was 3.
Oh man, that would have been the fluorite, I think.
So
Fluorite, or maybe the amber. Yeah, amethyst. I don't know.
So
Yes.
when I took Christopher there, no longer was there a pear. But he looked real quick and he was like, look at that. What's this?
Oh, and that's kind of translucent too.
It's purple and translucent.
Yeah.
And so you might have, or this is the one that you put inside.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a picture of that before I put it in because I wanted to remember what they were before I put them in the number shell. So I have
Perfect.
I have proof.
Okay, so this was inside the shell and left there along with a yogi tea tag that said, it said inner peace brings world peace.
It's true.
It's true.
Your piece of the puzzle is you have your piece because you are the piece.
So that walnut that was sealed was opened, and this was left, but the walnut was taken, and the yogi tea tag was left. And the yogi tea tag we found underneath a piece of wood, and it was folded in half, and the wood was on top, and we picked up the wood, we saw it, and we picked it up, and we looked at it. So here's the thing. When we went there the first time was over a month ago. It was over a month ago.
Yeah.
So that tea tag had no degradation to it whatsoever. There was not even a stain. There was not even a water stain. Wow. It was in perfect condition, and it was underneath that piece of wood, and this was on the outside sitting next to it. So if it was a human, why would they leave the stone? Why would the walnut shell be more important than the treasure inside?
Yeah.
Because they took the walnut shell.
Yeah.
The walnut shell was not there, but this was there.
There should have been bits of walnut shell.
Very much on display.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't tossed aside or anything. It was right where I had left the pear.
For you.
But this is hilarious because you picked this without knowing I was going to leave a pear, but it's pear shaped.
Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh. This is the sinkaliciousness of now. The sinkaliciousness is
It is. So I'm glad that we could have some clarification on this, because it doesn't show that it's oh, now you have the answer and the humans did it and everything's fine and it's all, tied up with a bow. It's absolutely not. It just expanded the entire experience into the multi-dimensions.
We're helping blow it up. This Aquarian age is we're getting bigger and bigger. It's just such a beautiful energy. And now we have Aries and Saturn for the next 30 years. It's been 30 years.
Are you 30?
30 years.
30?
Yes. So it just came. So
You said Aries and Saturn?
Yes, it's been in there since 1996. That's when my life completely flipped. I think I got engaged to be married. It was like, okay, big shift, and now it's 30 years later. And guess what? My Aries is in Saturn in my ninth house. So I'm like, Renee, you haven't got a break. And it's okay because you've been training. You've been making circles. Having fun watching for the Squatch and playing the quantum game that is life, that is so beyond our apprehension that we just got to give it a go and see what happens.
I know.
At least try.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I was having a struggle of sorts, and the outcome that I wanted wasn't happening quick enough for me.
Got it. Right.
And then that frustration of that led me to like some places of going like, why is it happening this way? I just don't understand. Why what's wrong with me? And then, after going through that circle looping world of a while, I stopped.
Kicking up dust, were you?
For sure.
Yeah.
And it was not going anywhere. And then I just stopped and I was like, what are you doing? Just release your expectation to any of this and know and trust and know that God has you.
Yeah.
That like you are totally fully supported and this is part of the plan. So when I did that, everything fell into place.
And then Ashley just stop running in circles, Ashley. Stop. We can't see you.
I know. Stop. I created my own little dust cloud.
I love it. We all do it. And then we either just go down, and then we make money and we get stuck. And that catapults us up, depending on how much are we worth, man. I'm worth climbing that mountain every day I can,
Yeah, we are worth climbing the mountain every day.
See that bounty up there. Oh my gosh, the sunrise. And I was up there just laying on the ground, hanging out with my hoops.
Nice.
I was just like kind of laid down for
this
a while.
Morning?
That was last night.
Oh, last night.
Yeah, but I'm going back this morning because I think Mother is just calling to us so hard right now. She's like, come to me and climb, you know, because there's so much to see here.
There is, and
we can create here, new things up here.
It's
remembered.
It's so special. It's so special. But it's. I said this before. I said this earlier. It's special, but it's not unique. It's like hardcore special, but it's not unique. This is happening everywhere.
Yes.
It's happening with everyone.
Exactly.
All we have to do is tap into it, right?
Exactly.
And it's available to everyone all the time. And what I'm talking about is kind of just like that loosened grip on what we think this reality is and allowing ourselves to flow with the magic. Because when we do that, when we flow with that magic and release and our expectations and appreciate the magic when it presents itself, that opens up more and more and more. And I think that's kind of like when we talk about like children have that sight that we lose as adults. I think that's kind of...
Yet can reclaim.
And we can reclaim it.
When you found our little...
We found the fire.
When you found our little fire, that was wow. Our kiddo, our inner kiddo, that's still within you. You just, you got to go collect your inner kiddo.
Yep.
It's a rescue mission.
It is. It is. And it's a good one.
It is. Oh my gosh, you're so worth it.
When we get back to...
Not everybody's, it's a luxury too. It is a luxury to some. It's hard to reclaim yourself when you got a lot of other things
absolutely.
On your plate. It really is
It's a hard place, man. This is a harsh reality.
And people think they're like, what are they doing? They're, and we're like, oh man, we have to. And you're like, we have to. Like, it's okay. It's a stretch, right? We're stretching. We're like a lot of extension to expand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our consciousness.
The world, the controlling system of this, operation that's going on, really wants to make it as hard as possible for us to go rescue our inner child, right? Like they put up the roadblocks, they put holes in your tires, they put a banana in your gas pipe,
Oh yeah.
There's all of these tricks and whatnot that that controlling system.
Yeah, you gotta be navigating, driving your own Flying your own craft. You're the one flying. Like, I'm the one that's turning the wheel, you know.
Yeah.
But it could be another you on your back, like, stop turning the wheel. It's too scary. It's like, I'm going to turn the wheel. So you have that inner conversation with yourself, whether, like, am I going to go to that ledge and trust the process or back up and, like,
and either
you know,
way is
retreat.
fine,
And
you know.
It's a back and forth. That's the thing.
It's
you know.
everybody has their own journey here in this
Jump the
playground.
chasm, but it's woo.
But we have the opportunity. Like, we have the opportunity,
The luxury.
and the luxury, the opportunity, the moments,
Pioneering.
every moment, to create differently, and to trust the process, and to know that sometimes the gifts come back, and they come back with an even bigger story. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, and you get to fan the flame of your ancestors who are just really at your back when you really take these leaps and bounds. You know, they're just so proud of you, and that's a lot of the wind that you get at your back. You know what I mean? I feel that
Totally.
in my environment, that it's just like I got a team rooting for me. But yeah, it's I really want to earn it. Apparently, I really want to earn it, and you know, I think we're worth it. I think we're worth it as humans, as humanity, because I really love us. You know?
I do too. I love humans. I've kind of been subjected to the absolute worst, like, that people can do to each other. And even with that, I've still seen how absolutely just amazing we can be.
Yeah.
You know, not just we can be, but we are. Right. And it's like, it doesn't even matter how much of that other side is in this reality, because the other aspect of that in the glory of the human in their, you know, actuated and full and present self, shakes evil to its core. It makes them piss their pants. You know what I mean? That's how powerful we are. That evil cowers at us when we are fully actuated. So all of those are good points. Everything
great balancing.
It's a balancing game. It's the dark, it's the light, it's finding the multi dimensions within everything, because it's all coming together here for all the reasons, and there's such purpose for us being here, for us being here. It's the highest purpose. God didn't send us on this, you know, on this mission for nothing, you know.
Exactly.
And that
it's a co-mission.
It is.
And it unravels more and more every day. You're like, oh, I'm bringing this now.
Isn't it when you do?
Interesting. I can.
Is it called commission when you, like, get earnings for doing more?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a commission.
It's the commission. It's the commission.
It's the commission. We're on a commission from the GGs. It's above, the below, and the above, the in and the out. You know, it's that. To expand a ball, the circle has to balance on all sides, every direction. So to be able to witness things and expand as we get that sonar really, you know, open out to our imagining, realizing because it was there the whole time, but we just didn't see it. And I love that about us.
Yeah, there's always opportunity in every moment for us to flip that switch into the divine, you know. And still, like, that switch is just kind of silly because it's already there anyways.
I know.
But, like, we have to imagine the switch. We have to imagine, you know, the struggle. We have to imagine and go through, like, all the things that we are co-creating, because really, truly, like, the end result of us on the other side of all of this is, you know, the greatest strength and the greatest love and the greatest compassion and the greatest, all of those things. So it's like the struggle is real, but the commission is real, you know, and the commission is real as well.
And the zeteticness of going through what we go through is what forges us. So all the things you're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, is exactly what we ordered, and we're like, wow.
How do you make steel strong? You have to put it in a fire.
Exactly.
You have to hammer the shit out of it. You know, you have to bend it over on itself and continuously fold in and like re-merge. So there's so much of that within all of this for us, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, what happens after you forge the sword? Oh, that's a lot of power.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
Oh, now I got a sword.
And the balance has to be so exactly. So your spine, huge portion of what we're talking about. You know, it's the posture and the like, you know, it's almost the deserving of like, hey, yeah, I deserve to see this vibration I'm holding.
Yeah.
Surrender to it. You know what I mean? So a lot of it's like, can I have, you know, so you can totally lose it on the ground, groveling, crying, and joy. Like it's such a ride, and people can call it, I say it's a range. We are riding the range to the poles, you know, and the deeper we go, it's that orca consciousness. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, we got the icy north and south. We're doing some, we are trajecting. We're like, whoa, we're stretching. We wonder why the aurora is so active right now. Look at us.
All of it. All of it. Everything is waking up to some really big levels. This connection with the Sasquatch. Again, like, is it a unique thing that this is happening in Tabor? No, it is not a unique thing. It's super, super special, but it is not unique. It's happening everywhere. I have a friend in Louisville, Kentucky, who's finding structures like crazy, like 40, 50 at a time in a local park.
Whoa.
And they're all being built on picnic tables. And they're smaller and so intricate and beautiful. On a picnic table?
No.
On the side of the tree? Yes, I saw it.
Where the children play.
Down in the little part before.
Yeah. Yep. But I see children play there.
Really? Good.
I think they build where children play. You know what I mean? It's like,
there's so much happening just in that little knoll.
So much energy there. Kids are like, you know, and then I see structures, but I'm like, well, look at that.
Yep. Yeah, that one that was up next to the tree that's like at a slant, and then that is classic.
I love that one.
Classic Sasquatch art.
So beautiful.
Classic.
That one was looking like that one. That I was like, whoa, the balance was incredible. Like this is.
And when I found it, it was around Mother's Day. It was either the day of Mother's Day or the day before or after. And so it had like this, like, just like really beautiful mother type energy connected to it. It had all these flowers on the top and like interwoven in the spine of it.
There you go.
And, so the first time that I saw it, there was a little opening on the side of one of the walls on the like right-hand side wall. And there was flowers and plant material on the inside. And it was a perfect little hole for me to take my camera and bring it in and film the inside of it, right? Wow. Yeah. So then the next time that I went there to go look at it, they had closed it up.
Oh.
So it was like they opened it up. They knew that I was going to do that. And then they allowed that. And then they went back and finished and put it back together.
Ashley's loud and tree for the moment. And then when she leaves, we shall close it up like an Egyptian tomb. Oh my gosh, so fun. Yeah, it's just, you know, to go to a park is great, but to go to a park, you don't need to go with anybody. You don't even have to have a purpose. You just go because it's, you know, your body would really dig that type of, you know, play, you know, because you can call it exercise. I call it play.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's go play.
Let's go play. Let's do it.
All right, we're going to go play.
Before the day, the rest of the day, we go play. It's good to get you playing in the morning.
It
I already
is.
had a dance party with myself. So
That's right. That's how you do it.
dance party.
All right.
Okay, we'll
see
see
you
you
soon.
later.
Bye.